Hello, and a very warm welcome to my new series, Dusty Shed Sessions 2026. To be honest with you, this is all very new to me. I had the idea on New Year's Day and decided I'd like to try my hand at creating a series of programmes focusing on songwriters and musicians who create original works. Quite frankly, it all looks good on the screen that's inside my head, but I am making this up as we go along. This isn't limited to the archetypal singer-songwriter with an acoustic guitar, and I will include artists working on original compositions on whatever is their chosen instrument. I see this project as a celebration of individuals who have a desire and dedication to create something new. The only real limitation I have is space. My studio is relatively small, so please don't expect to see any orchestral works. As a songwriter, I'm particularly interested in how songs are conceived, developed, nurtured, and ultimately stand on their own, fully formed, with attitude, message, meaning, and communicating ideas. As a kid, I spent hours reading lyrics from record sleeves, trying to work out the chords and the melodies, and poring over songbooks from the library, and even transcribing songs I'd recorded from the radio onto cassette. And I'm certain that I wasn't alone in doing these things. But lyrics on their own are just words on a page without a melody. Poetry, but not poems. The purpose of this series is to meet the songwriters, explore their processes and influences, and to see and hear them bring their works to life. The background to this project is driven through a concern that the music industry, like many other things in the 21st century, is, if not totally broken, then it's severely malfunctioning. And I'm not just talking about record labels and Spotify specifically, but dysfunction exists everywhere from the grassroots level upwards. And there are some serious knock-on consequences. The lack of opportunity for original songwriters to be heard, along with the shrinking attention span of the general population, means that as a society we are less willing and able to invest time in watching an artist develop. I mean, the Beatles were pretty rough when they started out, and their early songs weren't at all sophisticated, but they went on to be largely accepted as a gold standard. Ultimately, the worst case scenario is that over time, the grassroots dies out, songwriters give up wasting their time, and music is just manufactured using AI, and performance artists are computer-generated avatars. All a bit like Blade Runner and Terminator, with an outcast group armed with acoustic guitars, forced underground where they write songs and plot revenge, waiting for the opportunity to rise up against the machines. Okay, back to January 2026. And joining me for the first episode of Dusty Shed Sessions 2026 is a man who needs no introduction, especially if you come from Devizes. He hosts several open mic nights. Shout out to the Lamb at Urchfont, the Cellar Bar and the White Bear in Devizes, and the Churchill Arms at West Lavington. He gigs locally, busks occasionally, and records original songs and uploads to SoundCloud, and also organises musicians to play at the monthly farmers market. I'm delighted to welcome Johnny Wright. Thanks, John. Thanks for coming. With your impressive list of musical-related endeavours, can you tell me a little bit about your background and your musical journey, please?
Right, in terms of background to music, I suppose I first showed interest in music around about age 9, 10, at the height of glam rock, and when I suppose what was called heavy rock or heavy metal was coming into its own. So I was really taken with the power and energy behind the likes of Sweet, ELO, Slade, Deep Purple, and the like. So that's really what kind of got my... And Wizard, definitely Wizard.
Excellent. So what got you into writing songs, and when did you start?
I'd have been about 13, 14 when I think I first wrote a song. I'd been writing short stories before then, from about age 10, but I think I've gotten to that age where you're a teenager and starting to look at what's going on in the realms of how morals are broadcast at you through the radio, and kind of lyrics in songs, and the fact that I think at the time there was quite a lot of political unrest around about 1977, 79. So that was, I think, behind one of my first songs. So
how do you recognise when an idea is worth pursuing versus the ones that you need to let go?
I think I'm quite impulsive, so if something comes to mind, whether it's a random lyric or a concept, or it could be an experience, I've usually got paper on me, so I'll just write down something, and it could be as much as, say, one lyric, a thought that's come to my mind. As to whether or not it's going to be any good, I don't particularly worry about that. I just write something down, that will come out in one of my songs later on. But just as an idea, I think I was in an event where it looked like I was in the way for everything, because the pub was so confined. So I said, what's wrong? It's not I'm that fat, am I? Shall I go outside? Then it came to my mind that maybe I could use that as a lyric, so I have developed a song out of it. So it could be anything, or it could be a vivid dream, something comes to my mind, something really powerful, and I'll write on that basis.
Can you tell me about your first song that you're going to perform?
Yeah, this is based on an experience of hosting an open mic where, on reflection, I thought that was just pretty bad. So it developed into what was going on. Yeah, bad night out.
Distracting my eyes, not sure they're worth the effort, as I try weakly to disguise, don't really want to be here. Another song with a backing track, it's just loud, leaves me uninspired, as I think how to head on back, the sanctuary of my home. I pick up my guitar, bars, then I hum a few lines, find some words to rhyme. It's peaceful now in the sanctuary of my home. Bad, it tasted flat. Not sure if the acoustic's right. Can't hide under a wide-brimmed hat. Don't really want to be here. I pick up my guitar and I play a few bars. Then I hum a few lines, find some words to rhyme. It's peaceful now in the sanctuary of my home. I pick up my guitar and I play a few bars. Then I hum a few lines, find some words to rhyme. It's peaceful now in the sanctuary of my home.
How much of your writing is autobiographical and how much of it is emotional fiction?
I've said to quite a few people in the past, if you listen to my lyrics, you'll learn a lot about me. So I'm not too worried if you don't listen intently to all my lyrics. There's a fair bit of autobiographical content in there. Other stuff, it's, I suppose you might call it broadly, poetic license, where I've developed a concept based on what someone has shared with me, and perhaps for the sake of the composition, I've developed a story behind the lyrics, as I did in a song called Fledgeling. Some of it is just being creative, some of it reflects my own outlook on life, my philosophy, if you like, or my faith. So a lot of my faith comes through in my lyrics. At some point you'll think, is there something behind that? So more often it'll be my faith is influencing the lyric, or an experience I've had, someone I've met, or a story someone's told me.
Okay, so how does the song change for you once you let others hear it?
Well, I think as we were discussing earlier, when you've written something, I look at it as it's probably the beginning of a sculpture. So I might tweak it here, change it. Perhaps I've played it live and thought that didn't scan so well, or I'm, as usual, playing way too fast. So I might shave the lyrics in some way, or think there needs to be some kind of deviation from the main melody to maintain interest, which is what I like about a lot of older music, 60s and 70s, where the song will start, but it's not how the song progresses. It suddenly goes off and then you're in the body of the song. So I keep that in mind, that I want to kind of keep people's interest.
Excellent. So what's the story behind your next song?
I think I was on my way home from a funeral, and it might have been raining. The raindrops were catching the leaves, and I think the blackbirds were singing. So that's the song, me behind the song Ionised.
You could say you've got a lovely voice, but you should hear the blackbirds sing on summer days. After sudden cloudbursts, watching leaves sparkling. Maybe the air is ionized. Finches and larks join the chorus. The blackbirds seem pleased with the summer rain. As the sun bursts forth before us, lift up your heads, stop your worrying. I'll tell you why. There's good reason. Animals and birds and plants flourish. Crops and trees grow. It's the season. You could say you've got a lovely voice, but you should hear the blackbirds sing on summer days. The sun's gonna shine, the rain's gonna fall, the wind's gonna blow. That's how it's always been. Smelling the fragrance after sudden rain, the blackbird song is balm for my mind. Lift up your head, stop your worrying. I'll tell you why. There's good reason. Animals and birds and plants flourish. Crops and trees grow. It's the season. roots and trees grow. It's the season.
What or who do you consider to be your main influences as a songwriter?
I'd probably say Bob Dylan, Noddy Holder, Jim Lee from Slade, Roy Wood, and Jeff Lynne from ELO. They probably had a big influence on me, and there's probably others have influenced me as well, in terms of how I try and write my lyrics and set it out, but they're probably the bigger influences.
Okay. How do you go about writing songs, and do you find it easy, or rather, which aspects provides you with the biggest challenge?
I think I'm impulsive when I'm writing songs. I'm always looking out for, is there something that I can use to develop a song? Whether it's someone's throwaway phrase. I think something recently came up where I thought you could say you've got a lovely voice, but that doesn't amount to a whole load of things if, for example, you talk bad. So I might scribble something down as a, what do I call it, as the beginning or a foundation. So as long as I've got something to go with, I'm all right. Recently I had an experience where we were at a music event and someone dropped in the conversation that she'd only got a camera because she'd offered a choice to her kids about what present she wanted, either a gun or a camera. So you'll hear more about that later. So that is not too difficult to begin thinking, oh, now what happens? I suppose the biggest challenge is when you're composing is to think this has got to be something that's not a predictable, oh, I know what he's going to do. That chord's going to follow there, then he's going to go down to that, and he's going to go back to that. So I know there's a huge range of chords and things you can do when you're writing a song using an acoustic guitar. So I'm always thinking about how can I do something that isn't so predictable. It's like, oh, it's just a formula.
And what is the next song about?
The next song came from someone messaging me with, I've got a song title for you, Charge It to the Room.
Now since she told me to leave, I guess kids to put through this gloom. No way am I funding her lover. I'll eat like a pig, gonna charge her to the room. She's not having the shirt off my back. I stopped making payments on a Mercedes saloon. I'm gonna keep drinking the minibar dry. I'll order food and yeah, charge it to the room. The house and the land's worth 900 grand. I probably bought during the boom. No doubt she'll want most of my pension. Anything else, gonna charge it to the room. She's not having the shirt on my back. I stopped making payments on the Mercedes saloon. I'm gonna keep drinking the minibar dry. I'll order food and yeah, I'm gonna charge it to the room. She's not having the shirt on my back. I stopped making payments on a Mercedes saloon. I'm gonna keep drinking the minibar dry. I'll order food and gonna charge it to the room.
And do you have any new songs in the works?
Yeah, I've got a couple of new songs which are, like I say, in the course of development. One's called From Tennessee to, what is it called? I think Tennessee to Memphis. It's about a long train journey that Danny Foster was telling me about he experienced, where you get a free Christmas or Thanksgiving meal on the journey. So I've developed that. And then another song which is based on a whimsical thought I had in town a couple of weeks ago. Pretty face, but maybe not such good at holding your tongue when you're talking. That's called Pretty Face, Bad Luck.
And when they're ready, where we will be able to hear those?
I'll probably trial them at an open mic on some unsuspecting listeners.
So what was the inspiration for your next song?
I think I mentioned previously I was at an event and a lady had left a camera on the table, and I asked her whether she was a photographer for the evening, and she just randomly said that she'd asked her children for a present, either a camera or a gun, but she got a camera. So the song's called Mummy Wants a Gun.
bugs me. Why she want a gun? Mommy wants a gun. I can't sleep at night. What am I gonna find come the morning light? We know Dad's been fooling around with someone, and that's what blows my mind. Mommy wants a gun. Mum plays a guitar. Daddy always yells. Oh, for crying out loud. Can you play that somewhere else? A shop in town's got guitars fit to the shelf. Gonna steal that Taylor. Are you gonna help? Mommy wants a gun. I can't sleep at night. What am I gonna find come the morning light? We know Dad's been fooling around with someone, and that's what blows my mind. Mommy wants a gun. Mum plays a Taylor. She plays it real nice. The shot's been in the news. Glass shattered everywhere like ice. Two spent cartridges found lying on the floor. Mum now says she don't want a gun no more. Mum plays a Taylor. Now she don't want a gun. She plays the guitar nicely. Daddy's now left home.
The links for John's various online presences are provided down below, so please take the time to go and check him out. If you like this video, then please like, follow and subscribe, and you'll be notified when we have a new video released. Thank you for your time today, John. I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and your music. Can you provide me with the background for your next song, please?
Yeah, it's a song I play, I would say, probably every gig I ever do. It's based on what someone who lives in Devizes had shared with me many years ago when we were in the cellar bar about being a teenager living in Hull and his dad telling him, you better leave home, you're old enough to go and work. So that song's called Fledgeling.
Thank you for watching and supporting this channel. I have further guests lined up and will return in a couple of weeks. Playing us out is my special guest, John E. Wright, with Fledgeling. Thank you very much.
Was a cold and wet Friday, so I headed out for the train. Dad said, you gotta leave, son. I went off in the rain. Time to get some work, make something of my life. on the way to Blackpool, hoping things would turn out right. Well, money for my lodgings would last me just 4 days. Had to get a job quick, one with weekly pay. Cashing up for 3 pints, I went and asked in the pub if one of the locals knew where I could get a job. I said, this time I spread my wings, it's the right thing to do. I gotta make my way in life, and it's time for something new. The lady at the hostel, she wanted 20 quid a night. Television's faulty, shower works alright. Breakfast is full English, and I'm locking the doors at 10. Dinner's not included, you'll stay till when? The Bay Hotel was lively, and the blue sky was going strong. Drank some local brew and just try to get along. Couple of jobs are going, but a reopened disused mine. Pay would not be great, but you start on Monday, well that's fine. I said, this time I spread my wings, it's the right thing to do. I gotta make my way in life, and it's time for something new. I worked out at mine, and the job lasted nigh on 5 years. I lost 2 friends to cave-ins, I shed many tears. Stayed at that hostel 3 months, I was cared for well. My dad was proud, I'd flown the nest so there.